Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
Where shall we begin? Let's just start right at the impending thing, the thing that should be talked about right away because it affects this stream directly, okay? Folks, we are at 69 out of 70 goals hit right now. We were this close last night on Smart Guys to hitting the goal, but we didn't get there. We got like $120 of support, all right, which I'm never going to complain about. That is a great amount of support for any particular stream, especially a stream where I'm just talking about pro wrestling for 2.5 hours. I'm very appreciative of that, all right? But we didn't hit the goal. So because of that, sadly, we are one away. Now, the idea here is very simple. Let's hit the goal right now on this podcast. Let's hit the 70. Why? Because I want to order the food like for today, for this stream. I want to do DSP Tries It, British cuisine. You know, meat pies, sausage rolls, bangers and mash, other things. I want to do it today on this actual stream. It would be perfect. A week-ending thing. Plus, you know, that would mean my wife doesn't have to cook on a day when she's working. That would be great, too. So all that coincides perfectly if we hit the goal on this stream. If we hit it on the podcast, we can actually look at the menu together, figure out what I'm going to order and everything live. So the sooner the better. All right, so if you're here and you're ready to chill, you're excited for more AC Shadows, and you've been liking everything that I've been doing, the fact that I made the decision this week to completely cut off drama and to just do my content that I like and that you like, then let's hit it. All right, let's get it going. So I'm excited for that. I am. Okay, I really am. Let's get it going. Let's hit it. Now, outside of that, we now have to begin thinking about what's goal number 80. Okay, you know, we've already talked about, hey, at 100, perhaps we can do some kind of a different style event or marathon. Some people have said maybe a retrospective. I like that. And we're going to start talking about that more next week. I think next week we should really solidify when we hit that 100 goals milestone, what will be the special event. Another thing that we actually have to lock in and solidify is my birthday event. Because every year I do a marathon on my birthday, April 6th. And that is only a few weeks away. So we need to talk about that and figure that out too. It's like things are all catching up to us like real fast. They're all running up on us like, dang. All right, well, I guess we got to really start working on this stuff, right? So let's do it. Let's start figuring all this out, all right? What do you guys think for like 80? I guess what we'll have to do is start looking at other things. Is there a new fast food item out there somewhere that people are interested in, right? I don't know. You guys follow this stuff. I usually don't. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. What could we do for goal number 80? I can tell you this. The fast food DSP tries its work. And what I mean by that is they get more interest, more views, everything, okay? The ones that we've done to try to break it up and do different stuff don't really work. For example, the Sakura box of treats from Japan didn't really garner any interest or views or anything like that. The Girl Scout cookies, which I thought this will be just a quick one, a different one, because I knew we were doing that Five Nights at Freddy's marathon, and I was like, you know, by the way, people are making comments that you can see my chest hair, so here, I don't want to offend anyone. I'll zip this up a little bit so that way you don't vomit. So the Girl Scout cookies, that was one I chose because it was just something quick that I noticed. I said, let's do it. And then didn't really do much. Like the views are bad. But other things that we've done recently, for example, the pizza party that we did, right? With the stuffed crust pizza and the New York style did good. The McDonald's one with the Shamrock Shake did well. So every time we do fast food, they do good. So that's what I think we should swing back to fast food now. You know, today we're going to be doing the British food. But definitely, you know, I want to go back to something fast foody next week. But what? I don't know. Right? You guys tell me what's going on right now. What are the new products? You guys know better than me. Someone had mentioned there were a few new things since the last time we looked at fast food, but I don't know why. You know, that's a while ago. Also, you guys had some really good ideas. For example, someone had said maybe do something in regards to like a retrospective, either for the 100 goals reward or on my birthday. And I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, we haven't really done anything like retrospectively in a while. You know, I was doing the retro react streams last year on the DSP Throwback channel, but we haven't done those since December. And we haven't done a retrospective marathon in a zillion years, right? So I guess we'll have to think about, what we want to do. It is coming up. I'm going to say probably, April 6th is when my birthday stuff will be. And then, of course, when we hit 100 goals, that's coming up. So we got 2 big events to be figuring out and planning, right? So, yeah. So, anyway, we've got to hit the goal today, guys. I actually have one tip to shout out so far. Let's get some support coming in. Let's get our first super chat of the day. Let's get a member. Let's get a sub or gifted sub. Let's get one kind of support, from each direction would be perfect. Okay, let's do it. Right now, we got one tip. Let's shout it out and see what this is about. The first tip of the day is $5. So this is from Flatman B. Says, hey, everyone. Hope all is well. I do have another hour of work before I can relax and chill. So, and that was a little bit ago. So perhaps he's actually done with work now. I don't know. But Flatman, thank you for getting us started with support today. I appreciate that. So, guys, the truth is, things are going good support-wise. They are. I want you guys to understand that because I've seen some people, of course, trying to spin this in a very negative way. You see, Phil now, he stopped with the drama, and now he's not getting support anymore. Ha, ha, ha. It's like, that's not true at all. The thing is, the way that these streams are panning out is just a little weird. So, for example, yesterday, not only did we hit the goal, we exceeded it by a bunch. We ended up almost having like $200 of support. Thank you so much for that. Then on the late stream, which was Smart Guys, we did like $120 of support. So overall, I hit one goal, but if you even it out, I actually made more than 2. Do you see? It's been weird like that, where we'll get like one really good stream and then one stream that's not so good. And overall, I'm fine, but we're just not hitting the goals because we're not hitting that 150 mark. So, it is what it is. I'm not complaining in any way. That's why you're not hearing me say here, oh my God, things are horrible. They're not. Things are good. I'm happy. But that's why it's like, damn, Phil didn't do a reward this week. I wonder why. It's just we've had a few days like that. Okay? So let's hit it now. All right? Let's just get that goal going. Let's get someone to do some support, via various methods. Right now we have a good amount of viewers on Kick. YouTube viewership is building. Let's get some support rolling in and hit that goal. Because like I said, what I want to do is actually go on the menu with you guys now and pick out the food that we're going to order for DSP Tries It today. I want to do it at the end of this stream. All right? So let's get it going. It's fair enough? In fact, how about this? I'm going to actually pin the message in both chats so that I don't have to keep mentioning it constantly because I don't want to. I have a show to do, right? And I don't want to have to keep mentioning this constantly. So if I pin this message in both chats as people come in, they will see it and hopefully, oh, okay, as opposed to me having to mention it, because I don't want to keep mentioning it. And to be honest, I probably should use pinned messages more often, shouldn't I? Doesn't it make more sense to just have that pinned and then you guys come in and you see it? Oh, okay, you know what's going on, rather than me have to keep mentioning it, right? So there you go. I think that might be better. That way I don't have to keep talking about it, okay? So DH1 did a $5 super chat and says, let's have a stream where we don't talk about goals. I'm here to relax and hang out, not listen about support constantly. That's why I just did what like, it's funny, I was pinning it when they did that super chat. That's literally why I just did that, because now I have a show to do, right? I want to talk about all the topics we're going to talk about. I don't want to keep mentioning this all day, but the whole idea is I want to hit it on the stream so we can order the food, okay? Okay, so DH1, thank you for the super chat. And thank you for contributing and getting us closer to the goal. That's the first super chat of the day. Last night was Smart Guys. Now, this was week 2 of me going solo. And I said this last week when I had first announced that I was doing it solo, and then I kicked the former co-host off the show with ruthless aggression. Basically, last week there was a lot of interest because, hey, look at this. He's doing something different. He's doing it solo. He's got balls for doing that, right? So there's a lot of interest last week and a lot of support. This week, views dropped off. Engagement was still good. support dropped off, but it wasn't awful. All right. For me to be doing a 2.5 hour wrestling commentary show and still making like over $100 on that stream, I see that as a win. I really do. Like, I'm totally okay with that. But the weird thing about it is, when you look at other streams I'm doing, right, I've actually been hitting goals playing Suikoden, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, fighting games recently, which is crazy that I have been, but I have been. Sometimes Call of Duty. Call of Duty is hit or miss. Sometimes Call of Duty, I hit a goal and sometimes I don't. And even yesterday, Assassin's Creed. So, like, everything I'm doing is working. Even Lego nights are working, right? But then the wrestling commentary came up a little short. Like I said, we raised like $120 last night. So I'm not disappointed, but obviously I want to find a way to get more interest in the show. So FYI, last night I announced there will be a series of co-hosts, tryouts, if you will, over the next 3 weeks. That each week we will have a different co-host for the show that will bring something new to the table. It's going to be interesting. Now, originally I thought maybe I would do like mystery co-hosts so you wouldn't know who they are until the last minute. But as I was basically arranging and signing these people to appearances, Ethan Ralph immediately ran to the internet and told everyone that he was going to be on the show. I guess some people just get way too overexcited. So next week on Smart Guys, which will be Thursday night again, so it's going to be Thursday, March 27th, on that night stream, it will be Ethan Ralph as my co-host for commentary on Smart Guys. Now, some people are saying, don't say we didn't warn you. We don't, this guy's not trustworthy or whatever, right? Here's what you got to understand. And I think Ethan Ralph understands this too. If he comes on my show and he's professional and we talk about wrestling and we talk about other stuff too, because we're going to a little bit go into stuff about the casino shit and everything. We're going to talk a little bit about that, right? But as long as we keep it on track, it's going to be fine. All right? It is. It's going to be perfectly fine. But if he comes on the show and immediately you could tell that the guy's either drunk or high or he starts saying messed up stuff, he knows I can't have that on YouTube and I'm going to dump him. Like, I think he knows that, right? I'll just dump him right from the stream and I'll do it myself, right? Because I think, as you've seen the last 2 weeks, I'm perfectly competent of running a ship by myself and doing it by myself. Now, people have said, get co-hosts. Okay, fine, right? So I think some of the appeal of this next week is no one has any idea what's actually going to happen, right? And it could go any way. It could go completely crazy off the rails. It could go pretty funny if he actually goes completely straight and it's like the most professional show ever. Is anyone even looking at that or thinking that's going to happen? Imagine if it does. That would be equally entertaining, I think. Everyone would be like, what the fuck? So either way, it's going to be good. You know what I mean? I really feel that way. All right? So we'll see. Okay, now, there will be new hosts as well the next 2 weeks, and I have already secured those appearances. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be very interesting because every person is going to be guessing week to week who's the next host. And I'm going to tell these people, hey, try not to spoil because I want it to be kind of a mystery. All right? So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride these next few weeks leading into WrestleMania. Hopefully this will garner some more attention and support for the show. I've already promised you guys I am going to continue the show through WrestleMania. But then when that happens, I'm going to gauge interest. I'm going to see how the show is done and determine, is it worth my time after WrestleMania, or should we just retire the show for now and move on to other stuff? And as I've already tossed out there, maybe this is the kind of show that we bring back when there's a reason. Like, let's say something crazy happens in pro wrestling that needs to be talked about. Then Smart Guys comes back. Or maybe this season of Royal Rumble to WrestleMania is the season of the year where I do the show, and then I kind of retire it for a while, and then we bring it back when it's pertinent. We could do that too. I never, always I kind of thought, we got to constantly do this show over and over and over. You don't have to. I could bring it back when it's appropriate. So something to think about, But anyway, that's going to be exciting. And I certainly hope that you guys will join me for Smart Guys the next 3 weeks. I'm going to try to keep it on Thursday nights right now as my late stream around, 7 p.m. Pacific time on the DSP Reacts channel and on the Kick channel. Now, you can watch the archive on DSP Reacts right now. It is fully viewable. And I hope that you guys will check it out. Fair enough? 2 thumbs up? So Margin Habit, it says, I watched Assassin's Creed videos from last night. The game is good. I can point out there's a little bit too much complaining. I couldn't get through a bunch of part 2 before I had to bail. It's too much. All right. So FYI, do you not realize that... I'm trying to delete this. There we go. Do you not realize that that is the old style of commentary that I used to do on the videos, and everyone liked it, and everyone is telling me, hey, go back to that? Did you not? Most people like the fact that now I'm razzing the game. I'm joking with it. It's not serious business. Is it nitpicking? Yeah, but it's funny. That's the point. Like, people like that. That's why I tried it, and people were actually really enjoying it during the stream. I was looking at the reaction of the people in chat, and they were actually like, wow, this is funny that he's actually kind of, making fun of the game and poking fun at it again. It's not all super serious business. I could have made it super serious business, and it probably would have been way more boring. I had a lot more fun making fun of the music, some of the plot lines that were kind of ridiculous in my opinion, jokingly singing things and stuff. I thought it was good. Did you guys not? Everyone in the chat seemed to like it. They were all enjoying it. So that's why I rolled with it. If I was doing it and everyone was like, oh, God, this is cringe or whatever, then I would have stopped. But people seemed to like me kind of reverting back to the old classic style. So anyway, thank you for the $5 tip. Let's now continue with the show. And guys, again, thank you for your support. Let's hit the goal on this podcast so I can order the food for DSP Tries It, the British cuisine, okay? So guys, let's get some support going, all right? Let's get, like I said, a little bit of everything. We got 1 super chat right now. We have 2 tips, and that's it. So let's get our first sub over on Kick, all right? Let's do it. Let's get some people supporting on Kick this morning. Let's get some support on YouTube. How about a member or gifted membership? Let's get that momentum rolling. Since right now, we want to hit the goal on this stream so we can order the British food and actually do the DSP Tries It on this very stream. All right? Cool. Do you want me to look at the menu? Okay, how about this? Let's look at the menu together, and maybe that will entice people to want to actually hit this goal. All right? Let me tell you what they have. Maybe that's a good way to go about it. All right, well, I've enjoyed talking about the cuisine with you guys, but unless some more people step up and actually support, we're not going to do it today. I want to do it on this stream. I want to hit the 70. I want to order. I want to get it going, and then I want to start working on what we're going to do for 80 when we hit that next week, right? But we got to get some more support, so let's get it going, okay? Now, what else would you guys like to talk about? Because I don't want to just talk about the goal all day. No, I don't take cryptocurrency. I literally have super chats, memberships, gifted memberships on YouTube side, subs and gifted subs on the Kick side, tips through PayPal, and I have a Patreon. If you can't support via one of those ways, I don't know what to tell you. Get with the times. Not everyone on the planet just 100% uses cryptocurrency because they're weird and want to feel like it's some fucking, internet clandestine shit. So people actually activate things and do things in the real world. We'll see. My Shiranui in chat says, I don't want to see you eat any fast food. It's bad for you. First of all, this British food isn't fast food. This British food is actually supposed to be authentic British cuisine that you would get from a pub or restaurant. It's not considered fast food like, a McDonald's or whatever. That's number one. Number two, when I don't eat fast food frequently, very rarely, the times that you see me eat fast food for DSP Tries It is literally the extent of my fast food eating. All other meals are home-cooked meals. So you don't have to worry about that. I keep losing weight. I've lost some more. I haven't weighed myself again, but I looked in the mirror. I'm like, damn, I'm actually skinnier. I'm losing more and more weight. Because like I said, I'm not eating food late nights anymore like I used to. So I'm not putting on or retaining that weight, and my body is kind of naturalizing its level of what it should actually be. I don't have to eat a ton because I don't do physical activity. I sit here all day streaming, so I don't need to be eating a lot of food, Can we get any more contributions? One more contribution. Get us to at least $50 before the podcast ends, and then we can jump into the game just to get a good head start, because I really want to hit this goal today and do the DSP Tries It today so we could start fresh next week. I don't want to have this a lingering thing next week. It would be perfect. But we didn't have a goal this week because of all the stuff that was going on. Kirby Speedstar, that is in the eye of the beholder, right? Everyone has a different opinion. Everyone has a different take on stuff in life. Some people absolutely hate me. Some people like me. Some people are in the middle. Some people are indifferent. All right. So, you know, I would wish that people who tune into my stuff would only tune in because they care about my opinions and think that they have merit. I can't help if people tune in to hate watch. I don't know why people do that. I think that's a complete waste of your time. There's so many different people out there to be following or watching who you could like. Why would you hate watch someone instead? I don't understand that. I don't think anyone can ever rationally understand or explain to me hate watching, because I don't think there's anything rational to it. I think it's emotional. I think it's stupid. I think dumb people do it, quite frankly. Like, I would not sit around watching someone I hate all day. Why would I do that? What a waste of time. But I think some people are just dumb, and you can't really fix dumb people because they're just wired wrong. I don't know what else to say. Well, there you go. You don't hate watch. If you're not hate watching, I get it. If you get entertainment out of something, if you genuinely are liking it, that's not hate watching at all. Hate watching is you hate the person, you hate the content, you hate everything about it, but you insist on watching it just to make fun of it. That's hate watching. That's stupid. You could do so many better things with your life than hate watch someone you genuinely don't like. I never understood it. And no one has ever been able to sufficiently explain it to me, why it's a rational or useful thing to do with your time or life. It just doesn't make sense. Yes, but you understand, listen to this idiot. I want to see what inevitably will come to you. Yes, but number one, you don't know it'll ever happen. First of all, it's your opinion, right? What's going to inevitably come to you is your opinion, because you don't like me or any person you hate watch, right? It's not the opinion of everyone. There's no one who is universally hated who can be successful. You understand that people who are if you're universally hated, you're going to actually fail in life. There's people who like people. You know what I'm saying? It's the people who actually like those creators or people who are supporting them who let them keep going. So what you're saying has no merits. There's no inevitable fall of anyone, all right, at all. You just sitting around waiting for that moment that may or may not ever happen is stupid. It's a complete waste of time. Maybe if something did happen, you heard of it, and then you went to watch, that would make sense. But literally sitting there every single day, wasting your time away, and the person isn't failing, and then you got to sit there and you got to stew about it, and you're angry about it, and you're jealous, and you're upset, and you're just so, why would that be a good use of your life? You have one life on earth. That's it. You're not getting extra chances. There's no extra lives. There's no redos. You have one life on this planet to make the best of. Do you understand that? And if you're just going to sit there and be angry about others rather than focusing on yourself, you've missed the point. The script has eluded you. You need to focus on you and in doing things that are good for you, meaningful for you. That means building relationships, having meaningful interactions. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. Not sitting. I hate watch someone because I want to inevitably see them fall. Are you dumb? Like, come back. If there is a fall, then come back for the fall. Don't just sit there and waste your time. Because then what happens is people realize that trend and they grift. So now you have the entire vortex of people around me who capitalize on people like you, who sadly are weak-minded and don't realize that this is a waste of your time. So they are sucking in your bucks. They're literally sucking in your views and your bucks because you're a sucker's born every minute. And do they see you as the mark? You are the mark for them. You're watching the restream. You're watching the podcast. You're watching the next piece of hateful content. It's all there just to capitalize on your weakness. And the fact that you can't realize that, they realize you have no self-awareness, and that's why they do it. That's why there's a vortex around DSP, It's not DSP. It's the vortex of people capitalizing on the weak-minded. Because if you really think about it, in the days of stuff like the SOK, right, they were not like that. They were just, we don't like Phil and we hate watch Phil constantly, all right? But no one capitalized on it. No one was making bank. No one was making a living. There was no entire ecosystem based around it. It was just hate watchers. But then what happened is, over time, as the hate watching increased, people, the snakes, they call them carpetbaggers. They come in and they just sweep up everything that they possibly can immorally because they see an opportunity, right? Traditionally, those were people who did it during a war. They would come into your house that got destroyed in a battle before you could even get back because holes in the house from the shells, and they would fucking just take a carpet and bag all your belongings and run out the door. They're the ultimate opportunists. And that's who these people are that you're falling for. All of these people who make this content that's non-tent, it's what is non-tent. There's no content there. It's just people capitalizing on your weak-mindedness to make money on you. And that's sad that you guys can't just wise up. Listen, if you don't like me, you have the right to not like me. That's fine. But why sit around paying people all day to just say things about me, and then I'm still here and I'm fine? Right? Like, what are you talking about? You not understand that this is the cycle they've created. It just, but I mean, the insane lack of any kind of self-awareness is wild to me. But then you say, well, Phil's not self-aware. No, Phil knows everything that's going on. At all times, I'm very, very aware of all of this stuff happening. I just can't believe that people are that dumb. But apparently there's so many dumb people on Earth that you've created a giant ecosystem of this predatory nonsense. And I never was involved in it. I never got involved in it. I never sought to be involved in it. That's why I don't talk to detractors. That's why don't bring them up specifically or their content. There's no point. You guys are being eaten alive, not me. I'm still going to be here making content, being fine. You are the ones who are throwing your time, effort, and lives away, not me. I'm having a great time here every day. Excuse me. So, Mr. Salas did a $100 Mexican peso super chat. Well, I hope this helps get to the goal. Nice meeting you. Even if it sounds like I got trolled. Yeah, you must have got trolled. I've never heard of you, Mr. Salas. Seriously, I've never heard of you. And I wish you the best. Sorry that you got messed around with by some people, I guess. Thanks for the super chat. Okay. And I know from yesterday, that's about $5. Because we had a Mexican super chat yesterday. So we'll count that as 5. So thank you there. And then we have Bobby. Bobby Padlock just became a member at the standard level, and that's 3. So we're at $39 of support. We got a few minutes left on the podcast. Any final topics you guys want to talk about, please tag me. Could I argue the same about my content? Well, Mortarian, here's the thing. My content isn't predatory. My content is not harmful or negative in any way, right? People find value in my content. All right. If you like the content you see here, if you like me talking about games, about topics, reacting to people, playing games and the like, you support the content and you're going to get more of it. And now, as you guys have seen in the last, 8+ months, if I actually get significant support to the point where I can actually do things like solid improvements. I'm trying to turn my camera off because it started, look, it's being stupid. Stop. Yeah, I won't even stop now. Now it's all screwed up. There we go. You see that I reinvest. I'm constantly reinvesting now, right? Every show I do, I'm buying cards for smart guys. I'm going to buy a new Lego set for the Lego stuff. I'm adding to my setup. I'm buying games constantly. Like I'm reinvesting everything you're giving me into the business to make the content better. That was always the excuse previously, was Phil just pockets all the money and runs. Well, now I don't do that. I'm actually reinvesting. So then it's the next thing. So then it's the next thing. Do you see the point? My content is content that is not harmful to anyone, is genuine content. I'm making the content for the sake of enjoying what I'm talking about. I have passion for it. I like what I do. It's not, let's dump on someone else's content toxically. It's let's just do productive stuff that doesn't hurt anyone. That's the difference. Everyone has a right to support the content they like, but the difference is, someday this person who I've been conditioned to not like is going to have a downfall, so let me continuously hate watch them and throw money to people who say that they're bad. You've wasted your entire life. Every moment you've done that has been a waste. You could have been doing productive, positive things with your life, and instead you threw your time and money away. What's wrong with you? And the truth is, all these people who are in this vortex, if they went to someone outside of the vortex and told them, this is my hobby, this is what I do for fun, these people would stare at you like a deer in headlights and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you insane? Because it happens every day. These people don't realize that they think what they're doing is funny or righteous or justice, and then you say it to an outsider and they look at you like, you're fucking insane. You're legitimately nuts. You don't know what you're doing with your life. What is wrong with you? But people don't want to leave the vortex because once they're in it, they feel at home and they feel safe, right? Ooh, I'm in this vortex of everyone who's of like mind, who just is toxic towards darksydephil. This is so good. We can all have this groupthink mentality. No, you want to know who needs a groupthink mentality? Someone who has no fucking individuality, purpose, or power to do anything for themselves in life. They need to be told what to do so then they feel like they're doing something in a group. You know, like the Swifties who need to be part of a group. Well, you're part of the DSP hate mob. You're the same. You're not an individual. You're just one of a drop in a bucket of people who are nuts. And it's getting worse. And I have nothing to do with it. And one day, something crazy is going to happen, and I'm not going to be involved with it. I've already disavowed all this shit. This is why so many people, why don't you just buy into it? Why don't you, be a part of it, engage your detractors? Because I'm not going to be responsible, man. I'm not. I'm not going to be responsible when this shit hits the fan. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm like, I was doing my own thing. I was sitting here literally just playing a game, chilling on a podcast, enjoying life, and they went off the deep end, and it wasn't me involved, Every one of these people who do this shit are going to get exposed, and it ain't even going to be me who does it. Take a look at Super Crazy. The guy's fucking name was Super Crazy, and people were so dumb, they gave the guy money because he said he was going to try to sue me for something he couldn't possibly sue me for because it was all a fairy tale fake. And they gave the guy thousands of dollars. He is the first example of how this thing will continue on over time. These are just opportunists. They're not people who know what the fuck they're doing. They don't care about anyone in this community. They're just here to suck your money and time. They're like leeches, vipers, vampires. You don't get it. No, you see, but that's the thing, Mortarian. It's not content. He says, but they're just enjoying content like people enjoy yours. But it's not content. It's non-tent. It's mostly fabricated, mostly extrapolated, mostly over-exaggerated. It's just not real. It's fake content every day. Phil farted on stream. Here's 17 videos about it. That's not content. That's doofus level stuff. There's no validity to it. And it's toxic and it's not truthful. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that they're saying is actually harmful content. Now, luckily, I've now been through it for so long that it doesn't really affect me. You know what I'm saying? Roy did a $10 super chat. He says, most of these YouTubers never had a professional career before going into YouTube. They don't have morals, ethics, or understand any kind of etiquette. Feel pity for those people that are snakes. Feel pity for people that are snakes? I don't feel pity because I feel the people that are the snakes, the ones who are controlling these communities, are pretty underhanded scumbags. Like they know exactly what they're doing. It's not like, oh, I stumbled into it, I didn't realize. No, they know exactly what they're doing, and they don't care. They have no morals. They have no values. I mean, you've got Kino Casino, who, again, pretended to be friendly with me, which everyone knew was fake from the beginning, including me, and rode with content until it wasn't working anymore because they had no original ideas that would work and they had no clout to make anything happen. So they just went back to their old shtick of dumping on Phil. But that was their plan from day one, was always capitalize on the detractors. That literally was their plan day one. They even said it in the fucking DMs that you guys can publicly read. Said it over and over. We're going to get these detractors. We're going to get their money. We're going to get their views. They've said it since day one. Yet right now, those detractors are so stupid, they're watching casino content and they're giving them money. That's how dumb they are. It literally in black and white was exposed that this was their plan all along, to milk them. And they're saying, okay, let's be milked. You can't, that's what I mean. When I call these people dumb, they really are. Like, there's no self-awareness there to realize this was the scam all along, and you're just falling for it hook, line, and sinker. They're that stupid. You don't even know what you're saying. I'm just going to get rid of these idiots who just, again, people are so dumb. They say the dumbest shit. So there's no point in even addressing what they're saying. If you were just given all of these logs and you read through them and you came to these conclusions and you're that stupid, I'm not going to waste time addressing you. Really? Like, holy shit. But anyway, the point I'm making, and this is the only point I'm making, the hate watching is what I don't understand, because the hate watching is why there's a vortex. If people were just smart enough to say, all right, I really don't like DSP for these reasons, and if you have valid reasons, good for you, I'm going to stay away from them, and if there ever is some kind of a downfall because it's exposed that some of the things we've accused him of were real, then I'll come back and I'll enjoy the downfall. Instead of, I literally sit there every day watching people restream, make toxic videos. I throw them money. I donate constantly. Even though the people have publicly said they're doing it just to milk me, I'm too stupid to care. I still throw the money because I'm that much of a dunce because I enjoy hating DSP. Do you not understand that's mental illness? It is. Sorry. Again, go talk to anyone outside of your vortex about what you're doing. Tell them exactly what you're doing on a daily basis and see how they react to you. It's not going to be, that sounds like fun. Can I join? It's going to be like, what? Like, the fuck are you talking about? You need help right now. Please, let's go talk to someone. This is what you're doing with your day. But the problem is, so many people now, your entire existence is online, right? You do have an outside life outside of your home, and that's how you portray yourself to the people you need to interact with on a daily basis. But then you come home, and the entirety of your life is online. So you don't have anyone in the real world who actually deals with real shit that matters to tell you to stop. And we have these entire insane communities and cults online doing fucked up, underhanded shit. And there's no one who's looking at it. There's no one who's policing it. It's wild. We have so many checks and balances and laws and things in place in the real world, and we have nothing online to stop this madness. Nothing. Like I said, this has been the wildest thing for me. 17 years as a creator, and I've seen content creation change a billion times. So many times. At first, it was this ultimate positivity, so much happiness that anyone would even make content at all because it was all free and it was like a really cool thing that people would dedicate their time because no one was making money doing it. So thank you so much, right? And then all of a sudden, it became a pissing contest on who was going to put out the content first, who was going to make the best content, because all of a sudden monetization came into play and it became a cutthroat dog-eat-dog world. So then it became, hey, your content sucks. No, your content sucks. No, your content sucks. And everyone just started toxically attacking each other. And then it became, well, since now there's money in it, we're going to come in with production value. Instead of it being people who have passion, it's now people who come into it just to make money. So I come in with a budget and I come in with a team and we all make this content together, this produced content. And then all the content online started becoming fake. And then people started realizing that drama sells and content became less about passion and positivity and fun or being a guru or an authority on a subject or an expert. And instead it became, how do I destroy other people for profits? And it's just, I could go through a 17-year history of how crazy stuff has gone over this time period and how it's changed. And now we are where we are. And it's the most toxic of all right now because now it's been bank on hurting people. That is the way to get ahead. Even the biggest creators are scammers. Guys like fucking Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. The crypto scam, fooling the audience into buying autographs that aren't real, buy junk food Lunchables. It's the most fucked up thing. And the thing is, people are just not smart enough to actually see this stuff for what it is. They just eat it up. Digest, But again, in the real world outside of the internet, there's checks, balances, laws, and things to protect you from this kind of shit. On the internet, there's nothing. Again, in 20 years, life has changed so much as we become a digital society that a guy like me who literally just sits here and just makes gaming content, and that's all I wish to do, make gaming content, hang out with my audience, maybe branch out to some other interests like wrestling or whatever it may be, right? All that stuff. That's all I ever wanted to do. Never wanted to hurt anyone, never wanted to do drama, never wanted to change. Just let me be. Leave me alone. No. How dare this man actually be successful and survive doing that content? Unacceptable. We must attack. We must deride. We must, do everything we can to be toxic and hurt him, and that we can benefit from it. Ridiculous. All right. Yeah, it's time to end the show. As you can see, once again, whenever I do feel like I want to address some of this stuff, nothing comes of it. So, because again, no one listens to the guy who's in the center of it, who understands it the best, because your narrative is that I'm a fucking idiot. So why would you listen to the guy who literally sees it happening around him and understands every aspect of it? No one gives a shit. You just want to keep having the wool pulled over your eyes and treated like a child and getting sucked on while the vampires are drinking your blood. You want it to keep going? I guess have a nice life being sucked on. I don't know what else to say. No one else is going to do anything but you. You're the only one who can take the initiative to be like, fuck, this is a disgusting circle that I'm involved in. Let me just break free from it. I'm not even saying break free from it and watch my content and enjoy it. I'm just saying break free from it all. Turn off your goddamn computer. Turn off your phone. Get this shit out of here. Get a life. This is not healthy. All right. It's time to end the show, everyone. It's been a great week. By the way, we're a third of the way to the goal. Let's hope that we can hit this goal during Assassin's Creed. I really hope we do. I want to do the DSP tries it today, but basically, here's the deal. So my wife will be home in about 90 minutes. So we have about 90 minutes to hit the goal, but $100 in support. And if we do that, we'll order, we're good. If not, we're not doing it today. We're going to wait till next week. And that would suck because I want to work on new goals for next week at this point. It would be great to have momentum going into the new week feeling fresh. So thanks to those who did actually support the stream. I appreciate that. Playing again, the goal here, we only need $100 to hit it now. We've already got 50 here in the bag. We're 49 in the bag on the podcast. Let's hit it as soon as possible. I want to be able to order. When my wife comes home, we'll order the food. We'll do DSP tries it right after. All right, let's do it. Okay, cool. So we're more than a third of the way to the goal. We've got about 90 minutes to hit the goal so that I can order the food. All right. So let's get it going. If you want to see DSP tries at British food for the first time ever, which was our idea, you said you wanted to see that over fast food this week. Please contribute. Anything massively appreciated, whether it's, a tip, a super chat, sub, membership, whatever it could be. Let's get that momentum going, please. Let's hit the goal. Let's end the week on a positive note here with getting DSP tries it on this stream, okay? Right now, we have absolutely nothing on the kick side at all. Yet we have what? 80 viewers over there? 60-some viewers over there? I hadn't even looked. So let's get one sub. Let's get a single sub over on Kick, shall we? Just one. Right now. Who's going to be one sub on Kick to actually support this stream? Okay. High Voltage with the $2 super chat. Shout out to the British Bulldogs. Now that's an old school wrestling tag team. Thank you, Hello Voltage. Appreciate that. And I got a $2 tip. It's Troll. Well, you guys are really, let me ask you a question. We just did an entire 90-minute podcast where we could have talked about anything, and we did talk about things. Now I'm about to start the game, and someone does a $2 tip. So let's talk about drama, blah, blah, blah. No, stupid. You missed your chance. That was the point of the podcast. That's why I do a podcast and then a game stream. No one cares about you bringing it up now. It's over. You lost your opportunity. That was a really dumb move. Okay.
I got the drip going. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is, it's dumb kids.